Well, Braden, spring ball is about ready to wrap up. First off, just your impressions of what you've seen this spring.
I think we've had a really good spring. Just going out there, taking every practice as a opportunity, to get better. I felt like, offense versus defense was really, just really trying to make each other better and give each other good looks this spring. It was really competitive, trying to take that mindset of iron sharpens iron and, just going to work each and every day and get better.
For you individually, was that kind of the focus this spring, is just fine-tune some things?
Yeah, most definitely. Really just like trying to figure out from the fall what you can do better, what you can be better at, whether it's watching yourself or watching the offense as a whole, just really trying to find ways that we can take the next step and, continue to be a high-powered offense.
I guess Braden, obviously, trying to get better this time of year, but you don't want anybody getting hurt.
Right.
So how do you kind of maybe balance that going not too hard just this time of year?
I think, you give your ones, you give them, some reps, and then you kind of see like some guys who are going to have a spot in the fall, see what they can do. So I think that's how you kind of limit it, older guys helping out younger guys, staying in tune, but they're still sitting there helping out the younger guys, making sure from the top to bottom everybody knows what's going on and, that they can run this offense.
And then for Saturday's spring game, what are you kind of looking for, or are you looking for anything in particular for a game like this?
I'm just looking to have fun. It's my last one. Just trying to enjoy it. Just really go out there. Still take advantage of it, but really just trying to enjoy it.
And Braden, you had such a solid year last year. Just what specifically are you trying to get better at?
Just everything. Whether it doesn't matter if it's deep balls, short passes, running this offense the highest level it can. I mean, there's definitely areas I can be better at and continue to improve. And, Coach Higgins doesn't let me, stay the same. He wants me to keep pushing, wants us to be the best that we can be. So, just having that going into this next season just been on my mind.
And you have some now former teammates who are trying to get to the NFL this year. Just how is it seeing guys who you've played with just continue to chase that dream of playing in the NFL?
It's awesome. And it's awesome for those guys, getting to see the work they put in firsthand and seeing what they do on the field and how they play on the field. They deserve every bit of it. They worked for it, they earned it, and I hope it works out for them.
Vince?
Just Brandon, I guess I know it was touched on a little bit. When you do these spring games and you do these spring practices, and what's kind of the main goal you guys look for in spring practices? Right now, obviously, not to get hurt, of course.
Yeah.
What's kind of the main thing you guys really hone in on since you've been there?
It's really just, giving those guys their opportunity to, see if they are going to be able to help us in the fall. It's their shot to get better and take advantage of that opportunity. And it's also a chance for, us to make each other better. I think going against our defense each and every day has always made me better since I've been here. And I feel like, our defense going against our offense with the way we play makes them better too. So, it's really just trying to getting the best out of each every day and not letting anything, just for granted.
And now, obviously, you lost some pieces from the high-powered offense last year. And what are you seeing there, right? You kind of losing some pieces, but you kind of, dabble and you kind of put some things into the offense. What are you seeing there from Coach Higgins? As he says, you guys speak the same language. So what are you guys seeing so far from that aspect?
We'll definitely be all right in that area. Guys are getting their opportunity and they're making plays. So, that's if you're gonna make plays and do things right here, you're gonna play. So, I think just everybody being on that level of doing things right, running things correctly is gonna go a long ways for us.
And there's no earmuffs and blinders right now, right?
No.
That's all. Yeah, I appreciate it, Brent.
Just standing here thinking, watching, I kind of see what you're going through at Emporia State kind of mirroring at a different level of what Patrick Mahomes goes through at Kansas City. You do some similar stuff, not a lot of the same stuff that he does, but when you watch somebody like a Patrick Mahomes, do you kind of look at him and say, I think I can incorporate that into my game?
I think playing different sports helps with that. Playing baseball growing up, I think that's what they talk about now. Like Pat Mahomes talking about baseball and the arm angles and stuff. I don't try to do too much of it because I know Coach Higgins likes to, hey, you're not Patrick Mahomes and this and that. But no, definitely you can always take something away from his game and just the plays he makes, but you don't ever want to try to not be yourself.
And then getting to individuals, and if you don't want to name any names, but have there been some players that kind of, for you started to feel more comfortable with, and maybe showing to you that hey, they can be a part of the package offensively?
Yeah, Zion Jones. I mean, he was backup for Corey and Dex Swinehart, so he's getting his opportunity, and he's done good, and he's made plays and doing things right, and he's bought in. So, that'd be a guy to pay attention to in the fall.
Are you going to get watching any of the Legends game?
Hopefully, a little bit.
What do you think about that? I mean, it seems like it's kind of a fun thing.
Oh, it's super fun. I like to see all those guys spinning around. I like to see Coach Hig out there running around. I haven't seen him take any snaps lately, but I don't know if he can still spin it like he used to.
All right, we good? All right, thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, great.
I'll kind of start out with the first thing for you. How's spring practice has been going?
Spring practice has been going good. A lot of guys flying around, a lot of new faces, a lot of competition. So it's been going pretty good.
For you, is there an area you felt like you needed to work on or wanted to work on this spring?
I think every area I can feel like I can get stronger, faster. You can always work on really the whole package. You're never too good to be just stop working on certain areas. So just really my whole package. I feel like I just work on everything. So.
There are going to be some openings as far as starting positions, not necessarily on the defensive line, but linebackers and in the secondary. Are you getting a sense that some of those guys are staking their claim to those
yes.
spots?
We lost a good linebacker, Dawson Thomas, last year. A lot of guys have stepped up. Zachary Dortch, Chance Rodriguez. Those guys has been, and even more. Dave Johnson. A lot of them stepped up and having a good experience. So it's going really good.
Jordan, for you, kind of like past Braden, how do you kind of balance, spring practice, wanting to get better, but also not wanting to hurt anybody else? You're on the same team.
It's kind of hard on defense because the defense, you always preaching effort and run to the ball. So it's kind of hard to stop your momentum. But we do preach. We play the cup. We always don't want to hurt our teammates because we're going to need them in the season. So we always preach that. So.
What are you looking for in a game like Saturday, the spring game? What are you kind of maybe looking to?
I'm looking to have fun. This is my last ride, my last go around. So just having fun with my teammates and embracing this. So.
And every year there are so many guys on this team who are trying to get those starting roles or are just trying to solidify their spot on this team. How does the competition and each position group just kind of motivate everyone and you instead of kind of bringing you down? That it's always so tough.
Usually practice, like when we practice, I know we got a whole pretty much new offensive line. They always attack the day, trying to take my head off. We try to not lower our competition. We try to play at a high level through all 14 practices or 15 practices that we have in spring ball. So, we just try to not let that affect us.
Vince.
Hey, Jordan, obviously on the defensive side of the ball, like you said, you lost Dawson and you lost some other key guys from last year. What did you learn from those guys, right? That were those leaders that kind of helped you guys get to that point. Maybe what did you take away? And you maybe hopefully be one of those leaders coming into this year.
It was a lot of leaders. Jaden Poole, Derek Maxwell. Those guys left a high standard when they left here. Just watching them and watching them in their leadership role. Really last year, I learned a lot from Jaden Poole and the way he carried himself. It's kind of hard to be a leader. You got to do the things right. You got to preach what you're. You got to do what you preach, or you got to basically say what you preach. So, those guys have been great leaders here, and they helped me really tremendously.
What has Coach Higgins been talking about? We know how great he is, and he's just a quarterback. The last couple of years. So, what's Coach Higgins going to talk to you guys about right now here in the spring part of ball right now?
We want to compete. I'm pretty sure he's going to say try to compete and perform at a high level. But we want to have fun. I think that's the thing that we want to do is just have fun, go out there and have fun with our teammates and enjoy the moment.
And then is there something that this defensive team or somebody that this conference that should look out for this year? Again, you did lose some big pieces, but from what you're seeing, is there something that you guys are really going to be really good at that some defenses or offenses rather are going to have some problems with?
I think we're going to be good in all areas, to be honest with you. I think we're going to be, solid and sound in all areas. But it's not really a particular, position that really we want to try to put over or feel like that we can or feel that is like the heart of the defense. Of course, the defensive line, we feel like that we can start the day off right. We always preach that we need to start the day off, even if that's in practice. It starts with us. It starts up front, first line of defense. So, I would just say, like, the defensive line just starting the day off and just everyone feeding off our energy. So.
One last thing for me, Jordan. When you get these guys, like you did the new signees, the new guys that come on board, is the springtime really that time where you guys start bonding really quickly and show them what Emporia State football really is?
Yeah, man, like, this team, I love this team so much because, it's just not a locker room relationship. Like, outside of the locker room, I can call up any one of my teammates and ask for something or even hang out. Like, a lot of guys hang out during the weekends, and, that's always good because you want to build that chemistry with your team. So.
That's all I got, man. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
I just want to ask you about the Legends game. Your position coach, Coach Lobo,
Oh, yeah.
reception last year.
Yeah.
Something like that?
Oh yeah, I seen a video, man. He got some hops on him. I seen the video. I do I do want to see I want to see the game. Just maybe catch a few plays. See Coach Higgins throwing the ball a couple of times in that number 7. Yes, sir. But no, I'm looking forward to seeing it. But I probably might catch a couple plays. So.
All right. Awesome. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
From your team in spring ball so far?
Yeah, I think we've taken, our younger guys have taken steps into, showing that they can. Some of those guys have showed that we can be able to depend on them next fall. I think there's a lot of things you're looking for in the spring, and one, of course, is that letting guys that maybe didn't get reps during the fall or fall camp, except at the beginning, see how those guys are progressing because you're going to give them more reps. I think it's also important to see how your veterans, take over leadership roles. We have a lot of guys returning, and a lot of those guys were leaders for us last year, and just, making sure that they're upholding, our standards. And then just watching how guys compete. Spring is, man, I've been doing spring football for so long that, we're at that 12th, 13th, 14th practice here. We're about ready to end it up, and you can tell, like, being the head coach, I try to do my best to stay equal, offense, defense, but I am an offensive guy, and I always say you have your offense and your defense, and you got your spring ball defense, you got your spring ball offense. You're just competing against one another, but our guys have done a really good job. They've worked hard. I feel like just the way things have been done here in the past, that these guys uphold that, and they want to get that opportunity to play. So, and we're still nowhere where we want to be, but we've taken positive steps.
I guess, Coach, how will you, balance, like you said, competing offense and defense, but also staying away from the quarterback?
That's a good question. You heard me say that a while ago about staying away from the quarterback. Yeah, I think one of the terms we use here a lot is we want to be competitive, but we don't want to be combative with our players. And I know it's hard, because there's guys out there that are trying to earn a job, on the defensive side of the ball, and they're taught to play hard. And I think that coaches got to do a good job of coaching, because I do think there's a certain way to practice, and being able to keep guys upright, and being able to. I think all head coaches, you interview them during spring football, they're all going to tell you, we want to get out of here healthy, we want to get out of the spring healthy, and everybody feels the same way. And so that's one of the things, I think, just trying to balance that. Now some of our younger guys that maybe haven't been thrown into the fire as far as live action and tackling and things like that, we're going to give them that opportunity to do that.
the season probably never ends. But when does the season, I guess, start for you? Is it spring? Is it summer camp? When is, I guess, the season?
Yeah, I think you kind of said it. The season, it never really ends. There's a little bit of a break time there. Like we'll take a break here. You know, we'll finish up the semester, work out weights and things here next 2 weeks, and we got finals. Want to make sure all our guys finish strong. No surprises is what I tell them all the time. I don't want any surprises. And then we'll have about a 3-week break in May, and then they'll come back in June. So we'll kind of be right back at it a little bit, but we're not with them as because we can't be in the summertime. But so it never really ends. There's just a little bit of just some breaks in there, and it'll be time for me to maybe get my golf clubs out a little bit, get them dusted off, and get a little break time there, and maybe go play a little bit of golf.
Is there anything in particular you're looking for from the spring game on Saturday?
Well, I do. I know I heard my guys say this, but it'll be our 15th practice. I want them to have fun. I want them to go out there and have fun. I want them to, I want to go out and execute. I am competitive as a coach. All the coaches are, and we want to see our guys do well, and we want to, have a clean spring game. Here's the thing about it. It's a game, but it's not a game. Like there's going to be some periods there where it'll be live. There'll be some periods there where it'll be, thud tag. And I know some of the fans may be disappointed in that, but I want to have all my weapons ready in the fall, and because that's when we're keeping score, and that's when it means something. That's when there's consequences. Spring game is really not consequences. I think one of the other things you see in a spring game is those younger guys, all right, that maybe haven't gotten a lot of reps. Well, they see people in the stands, they see the scoreboard running, so it gives them that feeling of a game. So you can kind of see how those guys kind of perform in that environment.
And as a coach, how do you assess your guys' skill and ability and competitiveness in the spring when they can't totally put in all of their effort to a lot of plays?
Yeah, I think film doesn't rely. I'm sorry. Let me take that back. I think film doesn't lie. I think, just giving relentless effort, and we do some things where, we're always grading their effort on film. Guys can run to the football, then they can come to balance or keep the cup, like we like to say, and tag off. I think there's a part of that as coaches we have to teach players how to practice. Football and practicing is different. Back when I played, we were down. What is that? North that way. What is that? That north, right? Yeah, north. We're a north practice field, and there was dirt out there where we had inside drill, and it was basically live every day. And guys are going to the ground and banging, but football's changed from that aspect of it. So I think, as coaches, we got to help balance those things. And but you can tell. And then we'll have a few scrimmages. Like the past 2 Saturdays we've went, I think the first Saturday we went 114 plays. Now, out of those 114, not all of them were live tackle, but maybe 60 of those were. And then this past Saturday, I think we went about 40 plays live, and then the other 50 were thud tags. So you still you're still able to see in the live tackling sessions how guys compete. But then again, even if you're thud tagging, you can see how guys are running to the ball and seeing if they're going up to get a ball and being competitive there, and see if we're finishing blocks, being 6-second competitors, things like that.
That makes sense. And
Yeah.
just to think a little farther ahead, what is the difference between like fall camp and your spring practices?
Well, I guess that's a great question because there's a lot of similarities where you want to stay healthy, you still want to be able to get your young guys, and now you're going to have your signees there, so you can maybe let them do some scrimmaging to see how they perform. It's a little bit more of like you're truly into football. You're not being now they're still being a college student right now. They still got class. You're getting ready for finals. Dead week's coming up. Well, in fall camp, first 2 weeks, no school going on. So you're like an NFL player per se. It's what you do. It's a full-time thing. Now we still I don't want the NCAA to call it, we still have hours we got to manage and things like that. But that's where it's different. You're full-time football in fall camp, to whereas in spring it's, you're still trying to balance things.
All right, that's it for me. Thanks.
Yep.
Vince,
Oh, God.
I don't know if you saw the whole Kansas State thing where they were vibing in the locker room for March Madness. Did you see that at all?
I did. I like that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I like that.
I asked you before. I know you said you're a huge Gucci Mane fan, and I don't know if you listen to Lil Baby or whatever. Are you gonna have some kind of those vibes this year?
I had it yesterday at practice. If you'd have been out there, I don't even know what we were playing on the scoreboard, but I had it going yesterday. My vibe was going pretty good. So yeah, but I'll be taking part in the Legends game, so I won't be in the locker room before the spring game getting my vibe on.
So, Coach, I'll ask a serious one. When it comes to springtime, right? Coaches go through this every year, whether it's football, basketball, baseball, whatever it is. You kind of have the overturn of the roster, and how do you kind of show the way? As those older guys leave and the younger guys come in, like you said, those older guys step into new roles now that were juniors, maybe seniors. How do you assess that, right? And how do you kind of help them build and get them integrated into the program?
Well, I think that if you got the right type of culture, that's a really good question. I don't think I have to do a whole lot because I think all the guys that have come before, I've been here 16 years now, and I think in years past, I think if all those guys are doing a good job of setting the standard and setting the culture, that those guys that it's their turn, it's their opportunity, and those guys before them have done a good job, and the guys we had last year that were our leaders did a great job in this program, that they should be able to, and they've done that, to where they kind of take over, and they know what's expected of them, and they know how to get that across to our younger guys. Whether it be a transfer that maybe just got here in December or still a redshirt freshman. So I think now if I feel like as a coach that they need some guidance, like prodded a little bit, then, I will address it. But we do have what we call Iron Hornet officers, kind of our leadership council throughout the spring. And it's kind of like, it's not a class where they got homework, but we do meet. Before spring football starts, we meet once a week, talk about different things as a group, kind of as leadership and things that they want to ask me. And so that's one of the things, I guess, maybe. And I have some other coaches, get involved with that too. And because, I don't know, that's one of the things that's real important for us is just our team chemistry and our leadership. But I think our guys, if they've learned the right way, and we've had good leaders in the past, then they should be fine.
One last thing, Coach, really quickly. You being a coach, I say you've been doing this a long time. Do you get more hungry as the years go along to continue to build what you've built there at Emporia State, or is it just hey, let's continue to do what we do and it'll work hopefully? So do you have more of that hunger every year?
No question. And here's how I look at it. I think if I lose that and I don't have it, because I feel the same way. Now, I'm not quite as nervous first day of spring ball as I was back in 2007. That was my first spring practice here as a head coach. But I still have the same type of drive. I love doing what I'm doing. Being around these players is awesome. This is the best thing about my job is the coaching staff that I have in these players. And that's an honest answer. And yeah, I feel the same way. I really do. I know I got more gray hair than I did back in 2007, 8, 9, 10, whatever, when I first got here, but it is the same type of mentality, and now we may have changed some of the things we're doing in practice. We may have changed some of the things we're doing offensively and defensively, which I think is important. You always gotta change a little bit. But we've never lost our identity and who we want to be. So, yeah, it hadn't changed much for me. I'm still going to be nervous about the spring game. Really, I get more nervous the spring game just for all the other things going on. We have Junior Day. We got Legends game. We have halftime. We're going to present our seniors their bowl rings. All those things I get a little bit more nervous about than the actual spring game. I told one of the coaches today I'd rather just play. I really wish we were lining up playing a game on Saturday and then my AA opponent. It'd be a lot easier than worrying about this spring game and how we're going to do it, what's the format, all those things. But it'll be fine. No one ever remembers the spring games. No one. No one can tell us what we did last year.
You threw the ball, you ran the ball. And
We always do it, ran it, yeah. But I don't even, format-wise, or did we look any good? Did we look bad? No one ever remembers.
Did you at least score a touchdown last year?
I have no idea. Greg says we did. I'm pretty sure we did, Hey, I'm an offensive guy. Somehow, some way, I scooted the ball down there close enough where we'd get a score.
So you're going to play. Legends game. You just said it.
I guess maybe. I mean, these players act like I'm going to. So like, I don't want to wear the new style jerseys. That's the thing I don't like about it. They put a video out the other day and had me on there, and I know I embarrassed my wife, and so I wish I had the loose fitting jerseys and not those tight. I could get it out of the frame in my office and wear that. So, but I'll probably play a few plays, just a few. My old college roommate's coming back, so I might throw him a pass.
Awesome. Good.
all right, awesome.
All right. See you later.